Hey, the Daily Purge, Friday night, and all is well. Hope you're doing fantastic. Friday night already, huh? Wow, the week is over. Heading
The
in.
Daily Purge,
Oh,
Friday night.
there it is, the Daily Purge on my phone. Need to share it around, right? I need to share it to my page, to my private profile. Then I got to go over there and show it to the world. So let me do that real quick while we're waiting for a few people to show up. Here we go. Yeah, I was thinking today. Everyone knows that saying. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Bobby, how you doing, brother? Good to see you live for once, man. Um, a lot of times we hear the saying, "Reality doesn't exist unless someone's looking," and people are like, "Well, what does that mean?" Well, it means that it's been scientifically proven that unless you're looking at something, it doesn't exist because we form that with our mind. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? And so we form the reality with our mind. And then I'm going through this pamphlet of the five minds. And I think I talked about it the other day. The five minds: you have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your parent mind, your inner child mind, and your ego, right? And then, of course, the conscious mind is the only mind that makes decisions. The subconscious mind is unconscious, so it can't make decisions, right? And that's what your subconscious is responsible for, acting and reacting and emotions and things like that, right? Then you have your parenting mind, which is in charge of judgment, right? You can't do this, you can't do that. Then you have your inner child, which is pure fear. Morning. And then, of course, the ego, which can be anything from self-absorbed to evil. And those three minds, the parenting mind, the inner child mind, and the ego, which is judgment, fear, and egoismus, egotistical acts, is what actually programs our subconscious. Freaky. Since our conscious is the only one that makes a decision, we actually make the decision every single day of how we're going to act. And we allow the fear, the judgment, and the ego to get in our way and cause us to have bad days. So we have tough times in life. And, I got to say it again, like I said yesterday, and what I wrote in my post today is it's real simple. We're where we're at because we put ourselves here. We drove ourselves here. We created the path to come here. We made the decision to turn left and turn right. We said yes or we said no, and this is where we are. So if you want to blame somebody, which I would not suggest, then you got to blame yourself because that's why you're here. And no matter what happens, take ownership of it. Say, I put myself here. Lane and I had a discussion today too. He's going through some tough times. I'm going through some tough times. Our business, we're pioneering a business that doesn't even exist on the planet yet. So that's very, let's say, ungewiss is the word in German, but very unknown. We're chartering the unknown. My life now is charting into the unknown. Lane's life is chartering into the unknown. There's so much going on right now with us that's all unknown. And we sat there and we said, dude, this is like where we have to be, man. Like, this is it. This is where we are. Like, we're ready to burst out into the next paradigm, the next spiritual level, the next universe, whatever it is that's happening. But when so much shit comes on you at one time, you can't help but be excited, right? You're like, if it's this bad now, then there must be something amazing coming at the other side of this. So persevere, drive through, make it happen, and keep going no matter what. No matter what. Keep going and pushing, and you're going to get there. And that's sort of a lesson, right? So the life that we lead is a life that we think that we're leading. The life that we lead is a life that we think we're leading. If we think we're leading a life that's shit, we're leading a life that's shit. If we think we're leading a life that's great, we're leading a life that's great. It's real simple. And if you think that it bothers you that XYZ does XYZ, then it's going to bother you, right? If you lead your mind consciously and allow yourself to meditate or program the three subconscious or the three minds of judgment, fear, and ego, then maybe we'll get ahead a little bit better. It takes a lot of work. I know I'm not going to say it's easy. But if you think about that for a second, how powerful that is to realize whatever you think and whatever you believe is true, no matter what it is. I mean, think about that. It's just so freaking powerful. But how do you break it down tangibly so that everyone and anyone can pick it up and go, huh, I can do this. That's the mission. Whatever you think you can do. Exactly. I'm always looking for the easiest way, the simplest way, ABC way, the fourth grade level way of getting to a point. Like everyone knows, okay, reality doesn't exist unless someone is looking, right? If that's true, then I should be able to form my own reality as I wish. But because of our human conditioning, we can't get out of our own heads, which is why I work with plant medicine. So ayahuasca, San Pedro, Bufo Combo, all these things, they allow you to leave the confines of the human condition and see what's really out there. Now, you can't stay in that state forever because you'd be, sort of flying around all the time. But it gives you a glimpse of what's possible in our life. And slowly but surely, over the last 16 years, I'm able to do more and more and more and see the connections in the metaphysical world, I guess you could say, and feel really sensitive to what's going on in my body, what's going on in my mind and my spirit, and see how I can actually make a difference in the life I'm in right now. But I'll tell you what, it's easy in business. It's easy with friends and society and networking and all that stuff. But man, it's tough with love. It really is tough with love, at least for me. I can't say that everyone's the same, but it's tough with love. You want to do the right thing. You wish to do the right thing. You do what you can, and you do more than you usually should to cater to the ones you love. And sometimes it takes you out of your center. Sometimes it takes you out of the place that you are as an authentic human being. And that turns out being no longer the person that knew you. You know what I mean? So in the end, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the life that we're living isn't what we thought we were living. It isn't what we thought we were living. It's what we think we're living, right? Right? We think we're living it, and that's what we're living. It's just the simplicity of it all blows my mind. Hey, guys out there and gals out there, you want to read a book? Roll on Peru. Amen. You want to read a book? You want to read a book that's really, really badass? And especially guys, if you want to understand a man, read this book. Men, if you want to get back to your core center of masculinity, I'm not talking macho bullshit. I'm talking masculinity, right? Powerful on the inside. Read this book, Wild at Heart. Discovering the Secret of a Man's Soul. What an incredible book. What an incredible book. I got to tell you, it was suggested to me from Rick Tamburino. And when I was done reading the first 50 pages of that book, I realized what I had done in the last 13 years of my relationship that may have whittled away at the relationship that we had that I didn't even realize I was doing or wasn't doing, put it that way. So if you want to have some insight on being a man or a woman who you want to see how men operate, or I would say should operate, then get this book. Because, we have that new age man that's sort of wimpy and wants to be nice to everyone, the nice guy syndrome, right? There's even a book called The Nice Guy Syndrome or something. I forget what it's called, but what's it called? No, Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, no more Mr. Nice Guy. So the nice guy syndrome is like, be nice to everybody, do things, everything, say yes to everybody. And a nice guy is a liar, basically. So they're not going to tell you the truth because they want to be nice to you. They want to get it received well and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean you got to be an ass or be mean. It just means you got to stand to your standards, set boundaries, and be who you are, and uncompromisingly be who you are, and love who you are. And I got to tell you, I thought I did. And what's happening now took me by surprise, and it threw me for a loop, man. Wild at Heart. There you go, brother. It threw me for a loop. But man, I'm learning a lot, boy. Day by day, it's like bucket loads of learning. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to learn. I feel like the universe and God are saying, like, look, Stephen, I sent you about 10 signals over the last couple of years, and you didn't see them. So now you need to get a sledgehammer in your face so that you understand what the heck I'm talking about. It's time to grow again. And so that's what I feel like is going on. And you see what I'm doing here, right? I'm painting myself a reality that I can see as positive, right? If any, this happens to a lot of people in this world, what I'm going through right now. And it's only been 21 days, not that I'm counting, but I am. It's only been 21 days, and I'm pretty good with it because I realize it's my time. It's my time, right? It's my time, and it's the other person in my life that was teaching me a lesson. It's their time, and so it's a beautiful thing if you think about it. If you remove yourself from the things that we think belong to this sort of arrangement, relationship or whatever, if we take away what we believe is the human condition when it comes to relationships, if we take away what we consider to be hurt, sometimes we need a sledgehammer. Yeah, I had a few of those in my life, my friend. Homelessness, broke, lost my money. Yeah, I've had a few sledgehammers. So if we take away all those things that are supposed to be, right, that make us hurt, that make us worry, that make us cry, or vomit or whatever because we're so sad, if we take those away and realize that, wait a second, two beings, right, found their way together, had a fantastic time with each other, and then suddenly, or maybe not suddenly, the path goes in different directions. And the path goes in different directions because each person has a lesson to learn. And people are in our life for a certain period of time to teach us and to learn from us. It's always a cohesion, right? We teach and learn at the same time. And then when that teaching and learning is done, or they can't learn or teach anything more, they got to move on. And as harsh as that sounds, I've got to program myself to see it that way. Otherwise, I'd be laying on the floor in the fetal position, right? And it's a powerful thing if you think about it. Don't just listen to my words. Look at my situation. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a guru or anything. This is real, man. Like, this is freaking real. This is a situation that I never expected, I never wanted, I never planned for. And yet here I am, and I'm not crying or sad or anything else, right? Because I found a way through a lot of searching, because it wasn't always like this, right? The last couple of weeks were really, really rough. I found a way through different coaches and programs that I found that helps me with my mind, because in the way, or in the end, our mind is always what gets us in the way. Our mind is always what gets us in trouble. Let me think, how am I going to do this, right? And you get yourself in trouble, right? Oh, I'm sad. I can't believe this is happening. Getting yourself in trouble. Well, if you keep thinking about it, it's going to keep being there, right? So you can't stop thinking about it, because that's pushing it away. It'll bring it back. So you got to embrace it, deal with it, let it flow, right? Same thing I do with my PTSD. Embrace it, feel it, let it go, right? Let it go, pass through you. And so if you're in a troubled time right now, I get you, believe me. Like I said, this is the toughest time of my life. I'd rather be in Iraq right now, fighting, getting shot at again, than going through what I'm going through now. But you looking at me going, well, you don't look too upset. Yeah, I'm not. Because I've taken out of this pain, taken out of this situation, something that is more valuable than anything I ever could imagine. And that is, I'm being taught a lesson that I need to learn in order to expand to my next level, to take my next step, to stretch the paradigms, to enhance my spirituality, whatever it is. And you know what? Not knowing is part of the good stuff, right? So here's my tip for you, if you're so inclined to accept it. Whenever you have bad news, thank you, brother. Whenever you have bad news, immediately think, okay, if this is happening bad now, that's because it's preparing me for something really freaking good. Really freaking good. Don't try to steer it. Don't try to say, well, I'm ending one relationship, I'm going to start another. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Not at all. I'm talking about whatever it is. It could be anything. Just be ready to receive it. That's it. Be ready to receive it. See the bad things in life as signals that something amazing is on the way. That's how it's been. If I look back at when I was homeless, after that, the most amazing thing happened. I ended up in a monastery, right? And after that, the even more amazing thing happened. That was when I met my wife of 13 years. Amen. We choose how to respond. We can either grow from it or let it run you over. Exactly. And I'm not going to lie to you. I still struggle sometimes, but I catch myself, and I have a little meeting with my three minds: the judgment, the ego, and the inner child. And I'm like, look, guys, mom, dad, Steven at 6, ego, check this out. You're going to chill the F out, right? You're not going to drive me nuts no more. It's a very powerful exercise. You reassign the duty of your inner child, who's pure fear. You reassign the duty of him being or your inner child being a warning signal, like, hey, warn me if something's happening. Don't be scared. I got you. Just warn me, right? And mom and dad, don't be the judgers. Don't judge me. Just consider what I'm doing and see if you have a better way. That's it. And ego, don't even go there, right? Don't even go there, right? So just that little dialogue takes about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and you're back on track again. Like when I was just talking about the most amazing thing in my life that happened, I was in my mind, I'm a very visual person, so I think in pictures. I thought about going to the monastery, coming out of the monastery, and then going into the business for the first time and seeing the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, my wife. And I started talking about that. I got emotional immediately because I was back in that time, which was one of the most impactful times in my life where I met the woman of my dreams. And now that's gone. It's leaving. So like I could have easily started to break down there, but I did. Even while I'm talking to you right now, I did a small exercise that I've learned to get myself back on track. And that's not ignoring it. Remember, I'm not pushing it away. I'm training my minds to not cling on to what society says is the norm and it's the way it's supposed to be, is how it's got to be. Because who says that's right? Who says the norm is right? Who says that? We're all free beings. Yes, we have responsibilities. Yes, we have duties, these things. But sometimes you just got to do for yourself what no one else will do. Sometimes you got to do for yourself that you have something that you haven't done for a long time. Thoughts on reframing your mind, acceptance, optimism, and gratitude in response to the change. Yeah, but it's so general. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I accept it. I'm optimistic about it, and I'm grateful for it. You know, I do that. Like, I'm grateful. I really am. But that's not enough for me. I need to know why do I keep thinking of it? I can say I'm grateful one time, and I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm in this reality. I didn't choose this fucking reality. Excuse my French, right? So how do I get past that? Well, then I got to go deeper, right? Past the subconscious, into the judgment, into the fear, into the ego. And that's ego, for me. Fear also is there. Judgment is also there, So I got to go back and talk to those different minds and set them straight again and say, hey, look, we're doing this together. I lead the minds. I'm the conscious mind, right? I got this all from the book from Larry B. Lota, by the way. It's not available yet. He sent it to me directly. It's an amazing 25-page pamphlet, which as soon as it comes out, I'm going to be sharing it with everybody because everyone should learn this. It helps in every aspect of life, not just with relationships, but everything. It's in a powerful, powerful pamphlet that will blow your freaking mind. If you do the work, it's like, wow, your life looks like so different. Anyway, I can go on and on and on and on, but just as simple as this. Your mind dictates your life. What you believe is going to happen is going to happen. What you believe won't happen. That's why we got to choose our words and our internal dialogue very precisely. And then when things start happening bad to you, then realize that's a signal that something fantastic is on the way, just around the corner. Yes, indeed. And that, my friends, nice to see you too, Inga. Hey. Oh, Klaus. Yeah, schön dich zu sehen. Wow. Engineer Klaus Shanta. Yes, indeed. Okay, everybody, have a fantastic one. And remember what they always say, it's all about a good old quality of life.